Oh, I love waking up to a nice morning. Everything seems right. Everything feels like it's going in the right direction. You know, I had this cloud hanging over me over the last week because it looked like the open house was going to be a complete mud bath. And I've been watching as the rain dissipated in theory, because nobody knows. But I've been watching as it dissipated to the point where now today there's a chance of less than 1 millimeter of rain on Sunday starting at 10 o'clock. Now, you can't hide from the mud. It's going to be a little bit muddy, but it is going to be salvageable, which makes me pretty happy. So, you know, I guess a quick recap of everything that has gone on. Certainly the horses have been racing great. We had a great run at Mohawk last week. We had a great run this week. Unbeatable Kemp was very, very good yesterday. I guess he's the one that sticks out. You know, anytime you have, and for those of you that are in a position of management, I guess, in whatever you may work at, it's always nice to see, in this case, an employee, you know, a horse anyway, a horse go above and beyond, or a caretaker go above and beyond, or a trainer, and I talk about that because it's always so impressive to see anybody go above and beyond. This is what I thought you could do, and man, you took it to a whole new level. And although it was a condition claimer yesterday, to see him race the way he did was very uplifting. So I didn't get to talk about Atlas Hanover. You know, I'm sitting there and I tune in and I watch the race. I watched the replay, actually. I was watching a movie with my wife, the last Mission Impossible movie. So the movie gets over, I watch the race, and I see Brett come first over with him. I'm like, God, why? You know, I know you didn't get away as good as you could. He let Chris Page in front of him in the first turn, trying to follow him. I could see what he was doing. Could see the wheels turning, but then nothing came to fruition, right? He stuck first over with a horse that literally would rather wrestle a bear than be first over, and back through the field and was last. I'm like, so now I'm thinking to myself, what am I going to do with this horse now? Somebody texts me about, so I got to stew for 2 or 3 minutes, and somebody texted me and said, pretty lucky you get claimed, I think. I said, what? See, it's so weird because here, at least in Northfield, and I guess in Ohio in general, maybe Pennsylvania also, they don't tell you the horses are claimed until after the race. I know in some instances you see the guy just race the horse really hard because his last start. But to me, that just seems stupid. I just want to get as much money as I can on my way out the door. In Ontario, you'll know 40 minutes before the race that your horse is claimed in some cases. Anyway, you know, this is a good learning experience for everybody also. And oftentimes like these, we can look back and see how we got to here, what it looked like, horse by horse, so that we can group a horse like Atlas Hanover into one grouping and find horses, and when they start to fit into the same mold, there's every reason to believe they'll act in the same way. We bought Atlas Hanover to race in the Little Brown Jug, and he raced very good. I drove him bad. I got parked in the final. You know, he went down to Dover. He did good everywhere he raced as a 3-year-old. We rested him, brought him back. He just wasn't the same horse, right? He just didn't seem to come back very good. And I just said, you just got to move him to a new... And he had his moments, right? He won in 52, 3 starts back. You know, typical him. Horse moved out of the tool. He shot up into the pocket, got up the inside, and he looked good. And then when I drove him last week, that was a decent mile. 51 apiece, 27 and 2. Stiff bunch, right? So now you're in that tweener zone. Where can we race them? You know, all I ever ask that we can race our horses in a place that they can do in a consistent manner. And it was frustrating me because this is the type of horse, no fault of his own, can't do up in that non-winners at 8,000, but can do in probably 6-4-3-2. Put him in the optional claimer. Put him. There's a horse that if he drew 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, got away in the 2 or 3 hole, probably do some damage in that class. But like a fish out of water, when you pull him first over, he just shuts off. So you get the earplugs out, coming to the 5/8, walks, getting into the last turn. A bit of a coward. But that happens. I mean, like I just finished telling you how impressive Unbeatable Kemp is. You put him on the front end. He can be a coward, right? In the right class, with the right trip. And sometimes, like yesterday, even when you're not in the right class, or even when you're in the right class and get a bad trip, make a break, last at the half, you can still circle the field and win. So a lot actually went on yesterday for only racing 2 horses. We got to see such an impressive mile out of Unbeatable Kemp. And then we got to see what can happen when things don't go right in regards to Atlas Hanover, and then get bailed out because he was claimed. That was very, very helpful. So, and listen, good luck to the new owners. I'm sure new home, new place, shiny new place. The new broom always sweeps the best. So hopefully he comes forward for them. As I said, the open house is coming up on Sunday. I forgot I'd asked Aaron Merriman to go with some horses, and I just thought because it was raining and muddy he wouldn't come. But now that it's not, I'm going to have to ask him again today. Maybe I can share some drives with him. It'd be nice to have him out there. I mean, geez, he's a 3rd leading driver in the world as far as wins. Guy just won 10 races in a day between and 1 at the Meadows and 9 at Northfield Park. So good for him. Congratulations. And it'd be nice to get him out. I believe Hunter and Chris are coming. The one person I still can't, Scotty says he is coming. He's going to drive down with Maggie. Drive down. Now, there's dedication. Talk about friendship. I could have some pretty provocative pictures and not get the same response through blackmail as they did, and that just goes to speak to Scotty's how he goes through life. He's such a unique guy in that regard. To drive like 7 hours to go jog in the mud with babies. It's cool. It's cool. It's pretty. It's a pretty humbling thing. And to have my brother. My brother's so busy too. He's got his own family, and it's his birthday on the 9th. So he's leaving his family on his birthday to fly, and I'm going to fly him because he said no. He did draw a line. I don't want to drive at 2 o'clock in the afternoon and be hanging out with Kiki and Aaliyah. So, yeah. So, but still to have, Mark come in to take time out of his schedule and I know he's my brother, and I know Scotty and I are friends, but it doesn't matter for them to take, and even Chris and Hunter and Aaron will likely come out. Jason Merriman, everybody taking time out of their schedule for this to take place is impressive, and I do truly appreciate it, because I'm sure I don't say it enough, but I do truly appreciate it. So we've gone from a muddy day with a lot of rain and snow to what's likely a muddy day, and if we really luck out, no rain, which would be cool. Even the drink is good today. So I woke up today, just had a good feeling, just felt that everything was getting better. The weather was good. It's not that it was bad. We've had a tremendous year, and in all aspects of the stable.ca, we've had a tremendous year. The McDonald family has had a pretty stressful, taxing year, but a tremendous year also. And as we approach Christmas, you guys know, I've said it a million times, I love Christmas, but as we approach Christmas, every day, maybe it's the time of year, maybe it's just because that's how I'm programmed, but every day I just feel more thankful for the way things are going, the way things have been. Now, yesterday we also picked up a new horse, Commando Tom, and you guys, he was sold out in what seemed like minutes. And for the people that have messaged me because it gets sold out, I said, don't worry, we're bidding on another horse later. I thought we'd get him. We didn't. There are a couple other horses on my radar that I'm going to be watching closely over the next few days. As I said, we're going to cycle horses in and out throughout the winter, and I appreciate that everybody is understanding to what we're trying to do, and I hope that's part and parcel to the way I explain it to everybody when I try to do these videos. Saturate the classes, move the horses out, bring new ones in. That makes up the middle of the stable. The younger horses are always going to be the core of the stable, and then if we're lucky enough, we have that top shelf horse like Patrick the Piranha, who slid a bit but is racing great. Stay Close has done a great job for us. Kings County is on his way back. He'll be back in a couple of weeks. Just all those horses that have done so well. So with that, I'm going to let you guys go. I hope you have a wonderful morning. We do have Patrick the Piranha on tap today. A very easy day for me. I'm going to go to the barn and go with as many babies as I can. Try to make sure that I'm comfortable with what I see, and I am so far. But get to the barn, get some work done, and then I get all morning into the afternoon to head over there. Just race 13 for me today. So good luck to all my partners racing today. I think we have a couple other horses racing. But again, from a spectator's point of view, Monday is when I want to be watching again. We have All Gas, No Brakes, and White Tiger. Locatelli drew a little closer to the gate. A number of things going on. So with that, I'll let you go. Have a wonderful day. I will talk to you all very soon.